Hey, good morning, guys. It's me. I'm traveling to work, and it is a beautiful day, man. I took I took an alternate route to work because I love seeing the wooded areas when I'm driving through. I mean, because you guys know I love the outdoors, I just came back from the cabin, a couple days ago, and I had to make the transition of being in the cabin by myself with the solitude and the peace and coming back home to my grandkids who I love. I love my grandkids. But I walk in the door and I'm bringing my gear, and I immediately notice crayon hieroglyphics on my wall from Nicholas. Nicholas had drawn on the wall, and he didn't even have the intelligence to lie, because I would have lied, and I said, "Who drew on the wall?" And Nicholas was like, "I did." And I'm like, "You're in trouble." And I'm like, "Dag, I just got in the door and I got to deal with you, boy." And I'm thinking, my mind, because I wasn't prepared, in my mind, I'm hot. I'm hot because I know that my wife and Dee Dee have been working really hard to clean the walls from the last crayon incident. From I think it's one of his sisters. I think Nayla did it last time. And in my mind, I'm thinking, I'm gonna make you eat all these crayons, boy. But I just made him stand in the corner. But anyways, it was okay. It was okay. And I think about this time of year, and even though we don't celebrate Christmas in the traditional way that the rest of the nation does by going into debt and getting really materialistic by buying everything, we just get together. We just get together, play games, and I've talked about that before. But when I think about gifts and the real essence or meaning of this time of year. I mean, I mean, we were given originally. You guys know my belief is Christian belief. Was the original gift was a gift of love. When Jesus Christ was born. Um, and even though there's a lot of details that were lacking during this time of year as to the actual date of when he was born, it still does not. It still doesn't disregard the meaning of this time. And it's about love, and I love to give, and it's kind of difficult with my wife because she never, people are like, well, you should be paying attention to what she says she likes. My wife is very, very low maintenance. She's low maintenance, and that's a struggle for me because I love to give, and this time of year I love the excuse this time of year for myself to give to people who aren't expecting it, to show my appreciation, whether it's a card, a voice message, or whatever, just to let them know that they are loved and appreciated. And I think that is what we're supposed to be doing. Not so much about the Game Boy. Do they still have Game Boys? Or the new iPhone 2000. It's about really giving things that matter. And so when I think about that, I think about what we give to others with, just by having the thought about them and wanting to spend time with them. But when I'm thinking about what I really want to give, I want to give the gift of patience. I want to give the gift of encouragement. I want to give the gift of love. And how do you express that? Do I express that by cooking their favorite meal? Do I express that by playing the tickle game with the kids? Do I express that by watching Kung Fu Panda with the boys, or playing Spider Man? I mean, all those things. Do I express it to my wife by vacuuming and cleaning the bathroom? How do we give the gift that really matters? I mean, beyond. I mean, mind you, I love the presentation of Christmas, the lights, the wrapping paper, the bows. But often what I'm finding is that we spend all this time in the presentation and have no substance. It's kind of like, and I hate to say this, it's kind of like those $300,000 weddings that last 3 months. We've got this beautiful presentation for for a for an incredible magical moment that has no depth and doesn't last. And so I want to give sincere, meaningful gifts, not just to other people, but to ourselves. Do we recognize that we are the gift? It's not how much money we spend. It's your presence. You're the gift. And yes, I know some people don't understand and don't appreciate it, but maybe they don't appreciate it because you don't appreciate yourself. You don't understand your own value and what you're worth. And if you recognize that man, you are priceless. And in that, I am better than the iPhone, whatever. I don't know what I don't know what new iPhone's coming out right now, but I am worth way more than that. I am worth way more than that. I don't care what it does. I am worth way more than the new PlayStation X. I'm more fun than that. I love my oldest grandson Jaden because he is an outdoor. He loves to spend time and do stuff, which is part of the reason why I want to get better and better health so I can just run with him and do stuff with him because he values that more than any game he could play by himself. And I know some of us will play games with our kids, which is cool, but man, let's go out and do something. I want, I think I said in another video, I want to create memories, incredible moments in people's lives that they will remember forever. Like when I got my wife, because I like to do creative gifts. And the last one I did for our anniversary was I had Abby Workman. She's an incredibly talented young lady, and she does so many different things that are incredible. But she drew um, a picture of me and my wife in one of our pre-anniversary pictures, and she drew it, and I had it put in a frame, and it's just beautiful, man, and it's beautiful. But I had to take the time to think of something creative that would memorialize something that was meaningful in our life, and those kind of things. If we're really spending the time to really think about, on what we not only can we give ourselves, like okay, what I want to give myself at this time for next year is the gift of gratitude. I want to continue to be grateful and just to really appreciate all the blessings I have. And when I do that, when I recognize how far I how far God has brought me from the mess I was to where I am now. And mind you, I'm still a mess, but I'm kind of like a mess light. I'm not, I'm not as deep into my junk as I was in 2010. I've definitely made progress, and thank God for the people He's put in my life that have given me more wisdom, patience, and strength. And I am grateful for that. And I'm grateful. And if we spend time being grateful, it's hard. It's impossible to become bitter. It's impossible to become angry. It's impossible to be consumed with worry and fear if you are so if you recognize and take the time to sit down and look at all the things that you do have. It's amazing. And for me, I always say this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. So I want to give myself the gift of gratitude, and I want to give myself the gift of self-discipline. Yeah, I know that's like a dirty word today, but I want to be more disciplined so I can do more things. To me, discipline means freedom. Because when I'm more disciplined, um, I get things done more efficiently. I get things done that I would normally procrastinate by and not want to do. So when I talk about discipline, I'm talking about reading my word, going to the gym, not going to get donuts and eating. I mean these past couple weeks, I've just been eating whatever, because I haven't been meal prepping and all that stuff because it's kind of a hectic time of year, which is really no excuse. But I want to give myself the gift of self-discipline. So like tomorrow, I'm starting again, where I'm getting back to drinking all my water and eating my vegetables and my protein and all that stuff, so I can really get on point. So I want to give myself that gift. Um, I want to give myself the gift of being an example, of being able to make sacrifices for others, and not just being so much about me, 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 like I said, I'm better than I was, but I still got selfish tendencies. Let's not lie, let's not play, and so I want to give myself the gift of being more selfless and not and don't get it twisted. Selfless does not mean codependent, okay? Or it doesn't mean that you enable other people. It just well, that's a whole nother topic. But I want to give myself that gift. I want to be there for people, regardless of whether they're there for me, and that's tough for some of us. Because real quick we'll get in our own feelings and we'll get our feelings hurt because people aren't doing what we want them to do. But it doesn't matter what they do; it matters what you're doing. So that's another gift I want to give myself. Let me turn in my parking lot. And I am the only one in my parking lot. I think I'm the only one working today doing counseling, and that's okay. That's okay. Uh, so even on today, when I'm meeting with people, I want to give the gift of compassion and encouragement. You guys know that's my thing is to be encouraging. But I also want to be wise with my encouragement. I had just told a friend the other day because they're struggling, and I get it, man. And I said, look, I'm here when you're ready. I'm here. I'm not pushing you. I'm not gonna dog you or hound you or stalk you, but I am here when you're ready. And every now and then I'm gonna check on you. And that's also the gift of patience. Recognizing people where they're at, not where we want them to be, but where they're at. And their progress has nothing to do with my expectation because that's their journey. It's not my journey. And I know we got these big hearts and we really care and we really want the best for them, but we also got to understand that this is their race. It's not our race. So don't get frustrated because they're not doing what you want them to do. Just keep them in prayer and just, I use encouragement. How do I put this? Not sparingly, but according to timing. There's a timing for when people are ready to hear it. Because I understand the value of what I'm doing, so I don't just want to throw it out there for it just to be thrown on the ground. How we get that junk mail, or spam. I don't want my encouragement to be spam. So I wait for the right timing for to encourage people because I don't want it to be spam. I want it to be something that you're going to read and acknowledge and appreciate and use. You know, so that's the season. That is the season that I want to be in, and not just for these next couple days. I want this to be for the rest of my life. I want every stage of the game to be progressive, a step up, and not a plateau or a step down. I want to grow. I want to continue to grow, and that's the gift I want to give myself, and that's the gift I want to give you guys to continue growing because man, it's just the beginning, y'all. It's just the beginning. So, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I really appreciate you guys. All right. So I love you guys. I'll talk to you later, and I'm going to work. Peace.